good position that the side is in heading into this game against Hawthorn. What's been the key message this week to try and build off the momentum of that win against Port?
Yeah, it's a fascinating one. You can either talk about where you're at, or you can just follow your processes and things. And we think that it's a mixture of both. So our processes have been pretty good this year. We've got a group that are keen to learn, and right from when the players do a self-reflection, we do a review, we step into training, we go through that match committee, and then train, main session, and then play. So it's really focusing on that and getting that really good. We've had up and down times at training, which all teams do, and we've started over the last few weeks to be quite even with what we're producing on the track, and I think that's more the pleasing thing, and that's then going into games. So we're heading in the right direction, and then so it really is let the results take care of themselves, but don't be scared to shy away from the fact that we're in a great spot compared to last year.
You must have been really happy with the ability to kind of withstand Port's pressure. They believe sort of halfway through that third quarter and strong through, but you're able to kick away quite strongly in that final term as well. Yeah,
it's the first time as a group, we felt that we were pressured and we were able to then give it back. And it was a really pleasing result with that, because Port's pressure was really good. And their senior players, particularly Phillips, and she was crashing and bashing in that midfield group, and we're able to withhold it and then go again. And we talk about sustained success, and I reckon it's built off games like that where it's not pretty at times, but it's just the effort and intensity to get you through, and good things tend to happen from that. So I think that's how you build momentum and confidence.
And just one final one from me. Obviously, Laura Gardner continues to impress with her ability to find the ball. I think the coaches vote she's coming second at the moment. I know earlier in the season you kind of spoke about how she needs to work on how she uses the ball and makes the most of those disposals. Have you noticed a marked improvement on that in the past month as well?
Yeah, we have. She was out doing extras on Tuesday, and I love that about Laura. She's really coachable, and she's aware of what she's got to improve on to become one of the elite in the competition. And I'm similar with her with the team philosophy. I want her to realise that she's having an amazing season compared to what she's come from Geelong, and just through opportunity and hard work. And but there's a way to go, and always look for what's next. And she's one of those first people to do a self-reflection, first person to come in and do her edits, and I think it's still blue sky for her. Yeah, so it's exciting.
Scott, has there been a resetting of goals in a positive sense? Like, if you said, all right, we've put ourselves in a good position, now we want finals, has there been a shift inside the group in that sense?
Not exactly, Dan. It's been, our focus has always been on continued success. So we're not interested in making finals or winning one premiership. We want to be really good all the time, and that's the philosophy that the whole club's had with men's and women's programs, and that's just built off the culture that we've got and our expectations for continued success. And there'll be, and the analogy we use is the bus, and sometimes the bus stops at every stop, other times it's express. It just depends on what traffic you get ahead of you and what schedule you're on. And I think we're at the moment anyway, we're on the right bus. It's just a matter of now of stopping each time, letting the people on, letting the people off, and off we go again. And there hasn't really been any goals. We haven't set an expectation to make finals or to win a grand final. We want to be good all the time. And then you need a little bit of luck. I mean, every team would say that they have a bit of luck when they're up near the top. But that's what we want to do, so that we don't have the dramatic rise and then the dramatic fall.
Sure. You have a winnable game on paper this week. Do you feel as if you can make finals this season? It would be a dramatic jump from last year, of course, but do you feel as if that's feasible to make the 8 this season?
Well, I think it's still possible. So that's what we're here for, is to be as good as we can, as often as we can. And I think it's a dramatic rise already, to be honest. It's most people at the start of the season had us on the bottom of the ladder, and I didn't like reading that. And and it's sort of, I don't show the players that, but it's from a coaching perspective. I thought, okay, that's what you think, let's show you. But I think we've already done that regardless of what happens going forward. But I think I spoke about the gap between the first win and the second win. Now that little mini goal, if you like, I suppose, is to win 2 in a row. And last week we won our first game interstate, which was great. So it's just ticking those little things off, but it's not like we've reset anything. That's always sort of been the main goal is continued success. That's our strategy, and that's what we recruit on. That's how we play, and that's what we want.
Sure. It feels like your forward line has got more strings to the bow now. It seems like there are far more options up there. How pleased have you been with the way in which that's developed?
Yeah, really pleased. And Bella Smith's a key example of that, gone from being a back to a forward. And this week we'll probably flick her back at some stage as well, just with the way Hawthorn's set up. But it gives us the versatility to do that. Then you can throw a Mon Ham forward or a Chloe Malloy forward. So again, it comes down to building that sustained success is versatility. So I think regardless of how bad or how well a player goes, they can expect to be moved so that we do have versatility, that when we're competing for multiple premierships, we have a team that's used to playing in multiple positions and able to learn the whole game plan, not just a line.
And on Montana, obviously she's had injury interruptions this season. Where is she at for you, and how big of a boost can that give your team if she goes up a level with some continuity?
Yeah, she just needs continuity. That's exactly it. Look, she's really good. She's training well. A few weeks ago she wasn't training at all. Now she's able to train, and it's one of those injuries with young players that it's a week to week thing. But at the moment, touch wood, of course, but she's going really well. She had a strong week this week. She played okay last week as well. So I think this week there's no restrictions on her or anything like that. It's really just on how she feels, and she's so important to our makeup of our side because she's one of the ones that can go through all 3 lines. And her burst last week against Port Adelaide, where she took that ball out and didn't quite come off for her, but that's what we want to see. And Mon's on a journey of learning still. She's very new to the game, and she's a big-bodied inside mid that has struggled with a couple of injuries at key times. So she hasn't had a good run at it yet, but she's still one of our key players. And I love the resilience that she shows just to push through what training she can do, and then in games and impact in the moments that she's got on the ground.
Cheers.
Just a couple from me, Scott. Just on Indigenous rounds, obviously it's a significant loss for Alicia not being able to run out from Marn Grook, but has she or Jade, who obviously kicked that goal last weekend, had the chance to speak to what it actually means to be playing in a game like this and at Henson Park, which is a pretty iconic venue for the AFLW and will form a pretty significant role for the Swans going forward?
Yeah, both had a significant part pre-season in the jumper that Alicia designed, and there's a video out on social media with Alicia speaking about what it meant to her. And I coached Alicia at Collingwood as well for a couple of years, so I've known her for a bit, and it actually took me back when she did that little presentation to the players pre-season. I didn't quite maybe realise what it meant to her, and Jade's the same as well. They're very passionate, but they do it they're quite reserved people, so they're within themselves, and when they get an opportunity to speak, they often doubt themselves when they can speak publicly about it, but both speak from the heart. And they've spoken to the group. We've done a little ceremony this week. We'll do something at the ground as well, which Alicia will be involved in as well, which will be fantastic. And I just think anytime you get to celebrate things like this, it's so important, and just remind you of just how lucky we all are. And we just need to have that level of respect, and I suppose the relationships that it forms within the group, particularly in a football team, I think it's a really bonding thing when someone's passionate about something, and in our case we get to celebrate it this weekend, so really looking forward to it.
And just from a teamless perspective, obviously she adds a lot of strength in that small forward role with her speed. How are you looking to kind of negate the fact that you won't have that, maybe the loose ball pickups towards the goal square?
Yeah, well, we'll make a selection this afternoon on that, whether it's Brooke Lachlan coming back in. I'm just waiting for the physios to let me know where she's at. We've got Montana Berylson's a possibility. Then we've got the option of playing a mid forward, which we've talked about doing all year, and we haven't got to that yet. So you've got to remember Laura Gardner at Geelong was exactly that role. So she's due for a spell up forward as well to allow someone else to get some more mid time, because again, I'm keen on that flexibility, if you like, of the team. So we've got a few options there. It's just what we decide on this afternoon, whichever way we go. I think we've got an option there. It's just a matter. We definitely have to. You're right, because we need to pick up the loose balls and be able to counteract Hawthorn's rebound. So just be a matter of which one we select.